And this indeed makes it very difficult for members to gain access easily. And when going out too, the place used to be similarly besieged. And sometimes you will have to struggle to have your way through. And those of us who are not so fortunate to have so much height will end up almost being trampled upon. Mr. Speaker, the Legislative House's Powers and Privileges Act 2017, if I may be allowed to read, says under Section 8, a member of a legislative house shall not be obstructed or hindered from gaining entrance into the legislative chambers. This place, Mr. Speaker, sir, is an esteemed place. It is a sacred institution, and we are expected to come here well composed and ready to contribute to the utmost of our ability. When you meet such a situation while gaining entrance into it, it really makes you upset. It does not give you the necessary composure you require to put in your best. Mr. Speaker, this issue should be addressed. Similarly, when you are gaining your exit, when you want to go out, it is the same situation. Mr. Speaker, I think this issue has to be addressed so that members will have the necessary atmosphere to operate as they should. The second leg, Mr. Speaker, sir, may seem to be trivial, but it is very, very important to me, and I know to a lot of members, or if not all the members in this esteemed House. Mr. Speaker, we know you are doing your best to be fair, just, and equitable, because you give people the opportunity to speak when they desire to do so. But sometimes, Mr. Speaker, with all due respect, your attention focuses more on the center, and people from this side, and some of the people from that side too, may raise up their hands and stay for several minutes without being recognized. Yesterday, Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues, several of our colleagues here were raising their hands, including myself. But I think the job was extremely too much, and Mr. Speaker's attention, with all due respect, was not adverted to us, except when my learned friend there was given the opportunity to talk. So I also, Mr. Speaker, with respect, my honorable colleagues, would like this issue also to be addressed so that as members of one House, all of us should not only be seen to be treated equally, equitably, justly, fairly, but we should feel so. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Equity and fairness, that is our watchword here. I'm glad you said your height. We may not quickly notice you, but that's not even the point. The point is that the chambers, I quite agree with you. It's a nagging perennial problem that security. I dare say that this is probably the most porous parliament that I've ever been anywhere in the world, and many of us have been to many parliaments. In a lot of parliaments, it's easier for the camel to pass through the eye of the needle than to get into a parliament for obvious reasons, because we're here to work, and we're making adequate steps, taking adequate steps to address that issue of internal security. Everybody and anybody comes in here. You don't know who is who, you don't know what the agenda is, and it distracts from your work if you're really here to work. So we're working seriously on it. That's why we're reviving a new committee, the internal security, for the House, which will address all these issues of access, when you can come in. I don't want to say publicly some of the things we have seen here. So you're like sitting ducks and we need to really be careful how we address the issue. The hollowness, we could describe this place as the hallowed chambers. The hollowness of this place starts from the gate. It's not even from the chambers. You know, the premises must be treated as such. And we will have times when visitors can come. We're addressing those issues, and I thank you. Thank you for your observation.